At the end of your life, can you honestly say you've lived according to the values you hold dear? This is a profound question posed by Marcus Aurelius in his private reflections. His words carry an undeniable urgency, a relentless commitment to holding himself accountable, revisiting the ideals he aspired to embody, and reinforcing what he believed was right. And here's the crucial part. He reminds us that it's never too late to change course, to begin living with greater awareness. Regardless of where you stand today, transformation is always within reach. What makes this even more remarkable is that these timeless insights come from none other than Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor. These writings were not meant for public consumption. They were deeply personal musings, a guidebook for navigating life's complexities. Yet, in their intimacy lies their universality. They transcend time, offering principles that remain relevant to anyone seeking purpose and clarity. As someone who has spent years exploring Stoicism and its wisdom, I've had the privilege of discussing these teachings with people from all walks of life, from NBA champions to military leaders and government officials. Their stories reveal how Stoic philosophy continues to shape lives, equipping us to face challenges with resilience and grace. Today, I want to share 25 transformative principles drawn directly from Marcus Aurelius, lessons from a leader who embodied both power and philosophy. Among them is one particularly impactful practice: creating your own epithets, or descriptors of the person you strive to become. Words like honest, brave, generous, and calm serve as daily anchors, reminding you of the character you wish to cultivate. I've embraced this practice myself, choosing words that align with my core values: honesty, calmness, fairness, bravery, generosity, and stillness. These aren't merely aspirations. They are action-oriented commitments that guide my choices and shape my behavior every day. One of Marcus's most enduring teachings is that doing good should be its own reward. He believed in acting rightly, not for applause or recognition, but because it aligns with virtue. In his meditations, he warns against falling into the trap of expecting gratitude or acknowledgement for our actions. True fulfillment comes from knowing you acted in harmony with your principles. Recognition, if it comes, is a pleasant bonus, but it must never be the driving force behind your deeds. We often get entangled in the pursuit of external validation, what Marcus calls the third thing. The third thing represents our desire for approval, for someone to tell us, "You did well." But Stoicism teaches us to release this craving. Do what's right simply because it's right. If praise follows, wonderful. If it doesn't, that's perfectly acceptable too. Letting go of the need for external affirmation frees us to act authentically. One of Marcus's most poignant observations is about our tendency to value others' opinions over our own. He writes, "We love ourselves more than other people, yet we care more about their opinions than our own." How often do we suppress our inner voice to win favor or avoid criticism? I've grappled with this struggle myself. When my first book on Stoicism failed to make the bestseller list, I had to remind myself that my judgment of my work mattered far more than anyone else's. External markers of success or failure don't define you. What truly matters is your internal compass, the standards you set for yourself. Tying our sense of worth to others' approval, as Marcus points out, borders on madness. We let societal expectations dictate so much of our identity: how we dress, where we live, even what we enjoy. Marcus urges us to find peace in our own decisions, to stop seeking validation from outside sources. Real sanity comes when we anchor our self-worth in our actions and integrity, rather than the fleeting opinions of others. A key insight Marcus offers about handling criticism and praise is to accept it without arrogance and let it go without attachment. Whether you're celebrated or criticized, don't let it sway your sense of self. Don't tether your identity to external accolades or critiques. Your character, your moral fiber, that's what defines you, not the transient judgments of others. Perhaps the most enduring lesson Marcus imparts is that success isn't measured by wealth or power. It's found in living a life aligned with your values, in cultivating virtue, and in making meaningful contributions to the world. By embracing these principles, we can navigate life with purpose, authenticity, and unwavering resolve. It's about safeguarding your essence, the core of who you are. As Seneca, the philosopher and sage, poignantly asks, What good is it to conquer the world if in doing so, you lose yourself? For Marcus Aurelius, external triumphs, the battles won, the lands claimed, meant nothing compared to staying true to his inner compass and acting with unwavering virtue. His life was a testament to this principle. Even as the most powerful man on earth, he faced betrayal, hardship, and relentless challenges. Yet through it all, he refused to let adversity erode his moral foundation. He knew that revenge only drags you down to the level of those who wronged you. The best revenge, he declared, is not to become like your enemy. When faced with injustice, don't stoop to bitterness or vengeance. Instead, rise above, embodying grace under pressure. Marcus's legacy isn't confined to his writings. It lives in how he carried himself, proving that even an emperor could be humble, just, and virtuous. He showed the world that leadership doesn't demand sacrificing integrity. It demands upholding it. Power without principle is hollow, but power rooted in virtue transforms. Marcus understood the fragility of life, and that fulfillment isn't found in fleeting achievements, but in aligning our actions with our deepest values. Like us, he grappled with the tension between inner peace and outer chaos. His meditations serve as a roadmap for navigating these struggles, a guide to remaining anchored in virtue when the storms of life rage. Through his example, Marcus offers a timeless truth. It's never too late to live intentionally. You can choose authenticity over applause, shaping your existence around the principles that resonate most deeply within you. Reflect on his words, and start crafting the story you want told about your life. Decide the qualities you wish to embody, and commit to living them daily. No matter where you stand today, remember, transformation begins the moment you decide to step forward. In the face of life's trials, resilience is everything. Betrayal, hardship, and uncertainty may surround us, but the real test lies in refusing to let others' actions define us. Great leaders like Marcus Aurelius understood that life isn't about avoiding pain. It's about confronting it with courage and dignity. We all encounter resistance, whether it's dragging ourselves out of bed or facing life's discomforts. Procrastination tempts us all, but Marcus reminds us, greatness belongs to those who act, regardless of circumstance. Waiting for the perfect moment only delays growth. Fortune isn't measured by wealth or status. It's reflected in the strength of your character, the clarity of your purpose, and the consistency of your deeds. Resistance is universal. It whispers to us, urging us to shy away from discomfort. But what if we embraced it? What if we leaned into challenges, viewing obstacles as opportunities to build resilience? True wisdom isn't theoretical, it's practical. Reading about virtue isn't enough. Philosophy must be lived. Seek mentors, question yourself, and design a life that mirrors the virtues you admire. Marcus's meditations were never intended for publication. They were private reflections, raw and unfiltered. Yet, they reveal the profound power of self-examination and honest dialogue with oneself. Life isn't about conforming to a single label or identity. As Paul Graham wisely notes, don't box yourself into one role or mindset. Embrace complexity. Be fluid, adaptable, and unafraid to evolve. After all, the journey to becoming your best self isn't linear. It's a mosaic of choices, each piece reflecting the values you hold dear. Start now. Shape your future boldly, knowing that every action shapes the person you're becoming. To live as a true philosopher is to embrace the relentless pursuit of wisdom, always striving for growth and refusing to settle for mediocrity. Marcus Aurelius wasn't merely a Stoic. He was a man anchored in principles, ceaselessly shaping his character into an unwavering beacon of virtue. Through this journey, he transcended philosophy itself, becoming a living testament to resilience, guiding us through life's fiercest storms with quiet dignity. So, ask yourself, how are you choosing to live today? Are you lingering beneath the safety of your blankets, delaying the work you were born to do? Or are you stepping boldly into discomfort, committing to evolve right now? Greatness isn't waiting for you. It begins with the choices you make in this very moment. Life doesn't pause for readiness. It demands action, growth, and ascent. What will you create from this opportunity? 8. The power of Stoicism. How Marcus Aurelius defied corruption and stayed true to himself. The adage, "Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely," has echoed through history, warning humanity of the seductive pull of authority. Yet, among the countless rulers who succumbed to its allure, stands one luminous exception: Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor. What sets him apart isn't just his leadership, but his humility. When handed absolute power, what did Marcus do? He shared it, dividing his authority with his stepbrother. Rather than being consumed by ambition, he chose to lead with wisdom and restraint. His resistance to corruption wasn't accidental. It was forged in the crucible of Stoic philosophy, which served as both shield and compass. In Meditations, his private reflections reveal a man vigilant against the intoxication of fame, wealth, and control. For Marcus, Stoicism wasn't a mere intellectual exercise. It was the lifeline that kept him grounded. And in our modern world, where status and material success often define worth, his example shines brighter than ever. We've all felt the gravitational pull of external validation, the thrill of a promotion, the rush of social media followers, or the pride of public recognition. These moments can tempt us to believe we're exceptional, immune to the rules that govern others. But Marcus reminds us of a sobering truth: you're not special. Power doesn't rewrite the laws of morality. It lays bare who you truly are. In Marcus's case, it revealed a man steadfast in his commitment to integrity and virtue, unshaken by the trappings of imperial grandeur. Interestingly, happiness and joy rarely appear in Meditations. This absence isn't because Marcus lacked these emotions, but because they weren't his battles. Instead, he grappled with deeper challenges: power, ambition, anger, mortality, and sought mastery over them. For instance, he didn't need to remind himself that luxury feels good. Everyone knows soft beds outshine hard ones. But he did warn himself about fleeting pleasures, like indulgence, which might bring momentary satisfaction, yet sow seeds of regret. His writings weren't prescriptions for happiness, but tools for managing desire and making wiser decisions. As we delve into Meditations, we find Marcus wrestling with timeless struggles: betrayal, stress, manipulation, disappointment. Yet, amidst these trials, there's no trace of self-pity or bitterness. Not once does he bemoan feeling unappreciated or overwhelmed. Instead, he transforms each challenge into a reaffirmation of his Stoic ethos. Never be heard complaining, he counsels, not even to yourself. This embodies the Stoic principle of not fixating on what's broken, but instead channeling energy into what can be controlled: our thoughts and actions. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's most revered Stoics, famously urged us to concentrate like a Roman. Whether you're crafting an email, engaging in conversation, or creating a video, approach every task with undivided focus, as if it were your final act. It's not merely about productivity. It's about infusing each moment with intention and significance. Picture living as though every action carries profound weight. That is, the Stoic ideal. Let's not romanticize Marcus Aurelius as some unattainable paragon of virtue. He was far from perfect, grappling with imperfections and inner turmoil, just like any of us. Meditations isn't a polished treatise of flawless wisdom. It's a raw, personal journal, filled with reminders he wrote for himself during moments of struggle. When Marcus cautions against impatience, fear of death, or unchecked ambition, he's not sermonizing to others. He's addressing his own weaknesses, holding himself accountable. This is the heart of Stoicism. It doesn't demand perfection, but insists on relentless self-improvement, regardless of where you stand in life. In one deeply moving passage, Marcus reflects on his own shortcomings even near the end of his days. "You're still burdened, still restless, still swayed by external forces, still unkind at times," he writes. Yet, rather than succumbing to despair, he reminds himself that transformation is always possible. No matter how late it feels, no matter how daunting the climb, there's never a point at which it's too late to recalibrate your life toward virtue. The essence of Marcus's philosophy boils down to two guiding principles: cultivating good character and acting for the common good. These ideals were the north stars of his existence. Seneca, another towering figure in Stoicism, often emphasized that true power resides within, the mastery of self. Marcus understood this truth profoundly. While he ruled an empire, his greatest battles weren't fought on battlefields or in Senate chambers. They were waged within his own mind. Real strength, as the Stoics saw it, lies in governing emotions, directing actions, and tempering desires. Unlike rulers infamous for their volatile tempers, Marcus maintained composure, proving that true authority isn't about commanding legions, it's about commanding oneself. As Seneca wisely noted, no one is fit to lead unless they first master their own soul. Meditations isn't a dense philosophical tome, it's a candid, intimate diary of Marcus's trials, reflections, and aspirations. His writings don't attempt to solve every existential quandary. Instead, they zero in on what mattered most to him: confronting mortality, taming anger, curbing ambition, and pursuing wisdom. And that's precisely why they resonate so powerfully. Like Marcus, we all wrestle with our demons. But we too can arm ourselves with stoicism, not through lamentation but by honing what we can control and striving for a life marked by integrity and purpose. So, when challenges arise, meet them with the resolve of a Roman. Concentrate fully, take command of what you can, and commit to growing stronger. Let Marcus's timeless lessons inspire you to forge ahead boldly, shattering the mold of mediocrity and embracing the relentless forward motion of self-mastery.